What is up, people? My name is Fable, and I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in my most recent video, I mentioned that I'd like to expand on my YouTube music content, if that makes sense. And this is, you know what this is supposed to be. I gotta get started somewhere. And today, we're gonna play pretend that we are being endorsed by Mayones Guitars and we are allowed to customize our own custom Mayones guitar. Now, if I had to pick a brand of which I'd love to be endorsed by, that'd be ESP. I have played so many brands of guitars over the course of my life, and ESP always stuck with me. They always felt the most comfortable to me, despite many manufacturers and brands actually holding up very well, such as Ibanez and Schecter and whatnot. But ESP is definitely by far my most preferred guitar brand. But they do not offer a, guitar configurator as of now. So until that actually happens, we just gotta work with what we have. And what we have is the Mayones custom guitar and bass configurator. So let's get started. Let's pick the guitar branch. It's pretty late and I'm pretty worn out by the cold I've been dealing with over the last couple of weeks. So please excuse that. Also, lighting situation, it's bad, I know. I'm working on it, but until I can, come up with a good enough setup to have me have everything top-notch quality, that'll take some time and some tinkering and working out. So let's just ignore the poor quality of my lighting and focus on the task at hand, okay? Thank you. I feel so stupid, but regardless of all that, we have 3 different guitar series we can pick from. We have the Regis series, we got the Duvel series, and we got the Hydra series. Now, I, for one, despise headless guitars. While I do kinda like the body shape, a guitar without a headstock just feels wrong to me. Like relic guitars, no, just ew. No, don't need that in my life. So I will never own one, never play one, despite how comfy the body shape may look. But I also enjoy weird body shapes, so yeah, kind of drawn to that. But yeah, just add a headstock. Just use that body and make a variation with a headstock. And I'd probably play that. But that doesn't exist. I've checked online everywhere and couldn't find anything, so no headless for me. Now, the Duvel series is pretty nice looking, I will admit that. I am not sure about what specifically differentiates the Duvel from the Regis series. Maybe it's just specs, or, well, obviously the body contours are different, but I could assume that there are also different specs you can put on these, which aren't available on the Regis series and vice versa. But there's something very, very special about the Regis series, at least for me. So that's what we're picking. And to keep it standard and easy to digest, we'll utilize the Regis 6 series. Alright, and this is what we're greeted with. This is the standard stock Regis 6 that we can hopefully customize to the best of our abilities. From what I know about boutique guitars, custom guitars, is that you can, even if things are not selectable in these drop-down menus, you can always contact the brand, the company, the luthier, and let them know about very specific things that you like. And that will also increase or decrease the price tag, obviously. For example, let's say I want these magnet pins to be gold and have the bass pickup color be black, and same goes for the screws. That's just kind of the stuff I like. I like black and gold on my guitars, typically with a very vibrant finish if available, and if not, then probably satin black. And yeah, that'd be the stuff I do. And if that's not possible for whatever reason, because the website doesn't allow you to choose that, I'd go ahead and just email them my very specific configurations before I place my order, just to let them know that I'd like that, and get a conversation going if that's possible or not. But that's enough chit chat. Let's get on with it. Now, as for the body and the finish, we'll definitely stick to the right-handed version, as I am a right-handed guitar player. And for the body wood, we have a few different options to pick from. Now, a lot of people nowadays like to work with swamp ash. I don't know about the specifics as to why that is. I just noticed that there's a trend going on that luthiers and guitar companies typically work a lot more with swamp ash nowadays. Probably because of the density and resource management that has been going on over the last couple of years. But then there's other options. There's roasted swamp ash, which I see the point in reducing the moisture of the wood, but I never really like unfinished or natural colored woods on my guitars. So I'd have that probably being painted black. For simplicity reasons, I just need to have a very fitting, overall, very cohesive design on my guitars. It just throws me off if the body is a very nice, vibrant, let's say blue, and the headstock is just plain normal wood color. That just throws me off. I hate it. It's bothering me whenever I see people play it online. I mean, it's their guitar. They can do whatever the fuck they want, but I, for one, will never buy a guitar that has a non-matching headstock, or if the take my Schecter C6 Pro, for example. It has a very nice, well, actually, natural color pearl top, and the back is like mahogany, like very deep orangey mahogany. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I know I've been getting used to it over the past couple of years, but still, it just throws me off. It just doesn't work for me. Now it's getting more difficult. Top wood selection. Now, figured woods are typically put into different tiers, like judging by the grade and how well figured and high quality the wood is. And it starts with 1 capital A and goes up to 5 capital A's. And then after that, there's master grade, which is the highest possible quality you can get when it comes to woodworking. So, as of right now, this is 1A, no, this is actually 3A flame maple. And you can see it changing if we increase the tier to 4A and 5A. I absolutely adore figured woods, and flame maple is definitely up there. But let's take a look at all the other options we have. We got quilted maple in different tiers. And we have maple burl, which is very nice. Some roasted variations, which I do not enjoy all too much. And then we got custom top woods, spalted maple, different tiers, flamed spalted maple, ash, which is very, very good looking. Just throw some gold mechanics on this thing and it's pretty much awesome right out of the box, or the case, I hope. Douglas fir. Now, I have never seen this wood before, whether that being online or in real life. But it looks gorgeous. It's just awesome looking. But moving on, we have eye poplar, roasted eye poplar, buckeye burl, master grade buckeye burl, and then we got myrtle burl. Dude, there is so many options. Some of these woods I have never even seen before. God damn, look at all these options. This is pretty beautiful, actually. Like I said, I'm not a guy to actually enjoy natural colored woods all too much, but this is gorgeous. Love the browns. Oh, dude. I could spend a lot of time on this website. But I'll stick to my roots. I already made up my mind on what I want. I recently purchased a new guitar, which all of you have not even seen just yet. But it's going to be in one of the new videos. So keep an eye on that. It has quilted maple in a very high tier, at least 4A tier, if not even 5A. The figuring is really well done, so we'll stick to quilted maple, definitely. Now for the finish, we only have the mixed option, which is gloss top and matte back finish, which I like. I will definitely stay true to that, having a gloss top to make that wood pop and have that satin feel to increase speed and playability on the back. Definitely sticking to that. Oh my god, here we go. We have a shit ton of different color variations we can choose from, and this is where I probably spend the most time because I am a sucker for very vivid, vibrant colors. But we'll go through all of them one after the other, and I'm not gonna say anything, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Oh, fuck me, dude, that is gorgeous. What is that? Jeans black, quilted maple. Frick. This is incredible. This is just plain white. Dirty orange. With quilted maple, like, dude, every color looks good. I'm not a sucker for green guitars, but look at that. That is beautiful. I'm sorry if this video is like cut to Kingdom Come, but I've been coughing my lungs out. It's insane. God damn. Look at all these beautiful color variations. This is pretty good looking too. Oh my god. Dude, I might have trouble sticking to one color only. Now these reverse burst paint jobs aren't exactly my thing. Now, staining just the middle of it just never feels right. If you do it on the edge and it's like a burst, that's cool. Love that. But the reverse burst just doesn't stick. I don't like it. Yeah, it just feels weird. Also would love if they like kept part of the horns like a little bit more natural. Like the fade is a bit too strong here. But we're moving on. Galaxy Eye Black. It has a burst and it goes to natural and it goes darker again. This is really adding depth to it. Never seen that before. Awesome. Oh, wow. I may have a problem. I definitely play most of these variations. This is... Look at that. It looks like a fucking ocean you can jump in. With the beautiful edge, then the highlight, and then the vibrant color. That is... chef's kiss, dude. It's beautiful. So it's either the Galaxy Eye Aquamarine finish or the dirty purple burst. But since I've never seen anything like this, I'll stick to that. I'll keep that on. Why not? Now we can choose neck stuff too. Different kind of necks. They all seem to be 5. What is that? 11 ply maple mahogany, Amazoki, and Wenge. Is that what it's called? Like, are these all like 4-piece, 5-piece thingies? Probably. I think we'll go with the let's see. All of this is roasted, which reduces moisture, so the neck doesn't bow all too much. This seems to be like the smartest option, so we'll stick with that. As for the fingerboard, we also have a variety of woods to choose from. So let's take a look at all of them. We got maple, we got bird's eye maple, we got a higher grade bird's eye maple, the highest grades available. Pale moon ebony, purple heart, porphyro, never seen that before, kingwood, ebony, bird's eye maple roasted, albino ebony, gorgeous figuring. Not a big fan of the color though. And royal ebony. Now, there's probably a bunch of people who don't care if the fretboard is a different color from like anything else on the guitar, but here I am being totally thrown off if it's just too bright and not, very well fitting with the rest of the aesthetic of the guitar. So there's only one option for me here. As much as I love these like bird's eye maple fretboards, if I were to choose a brighter or natural finish on this guitar, I'd probably go with that. But since the overall design is pretty dark, we'll stick to ebony. As for the front markers, what happened to my frets? Excuse me. What happened? Why are they shifted like that? Hold on 1 second. Can I fix that? No. They're stainless steel, okay, but why are they like... They are not the way they're supposed to be. Let's just pretend that we picked the 25.5. We'll stick to the original then, because it will fuck me up if I had to look at that shit the entire time. So front markers, I would love to have a custom inlay in my custom guitar, that either being the kanji for destroyer of demons, or like a logo of some sorts, or perhaps even something very unique. Like, first thing that comes to mind actually is the Tree of Death inlay from Tim Henson's signature guitars. Something like that. Something very, very out of the ordinary. That is something I'd pick. And if that wasn't an option, I'd just go with the kanji on the 12th fret. And if that's also not an option, for whatever reason, I'd probably stick with the no marker fretboard, just because it's a very clean aesthetic overall. So we'll go with that. Now, for the pickups, we can choose from Seymour Duncan, Bare Knuckles, Fishman's, and Mayones. I'm assuming this might be in-house. It's still a bare knuckle pickup selection from what I can see. But overall, this isn't all too much of a selection here, really. I've played Fishman Fluence pickups in a Schecter at a guitar store before, and didn't really grow fond of them. But then again, I didn't really have my equipment at hand and all the time in the world to, you know, fuck around with them and see what they can do. So since I'm not really also familiar with bare knuckle or fisherman, I'll stick to what I know, which is Seymour Duncan. So probably like Sentient and Pegasus, as that is my preferred pickup combination. And if they weren't available, I'd stick to the Invader pickups. That works. I'll keep it that way. It looks fancy this way. Now, we're nearing our end with this very weird, out of the blue, no pun intended, video, just to increase the content amount on my channel. Okay, we have different variations. Is that the top? No, this is the bridge. Oh, the flat top is just in case you want to use a tremolo. Now we have the hipshot bridge variation. We could use a whammy bar, which I kind of like the idea of that. I hate Floyd Rose guitars. The only reason I own a Floyd Rose guitar nowadays is because it's the only thing available when it comes to that specific model, which is the ESP FRX series. You can't get a hold of that thing without one. It comes stock with it. I don't know why. If I had to choose, I'd always go with a fixed bridge like this, the hipshot. But I can change it, so I actually had that blocked and utilize it as such. It's pretty much a fixed bridge now. Can tune it, fuck around with it as much as I want. Nothing's moving anymore. And we also have a Evertune possibility. Now, I have never owned a guitar with an Evertune, but I've played some. And this bit, like this big block all the way in the back, just throws me off a little. But then again, I didn't really have all too much time to get accustomed to it, since I've been playing these in like guitar stores and at like other people's houses. So never really got the time to get accustomed to them. So I'll stick to what I know, which is the fixed bridge. For the bridge model and color, now we're talking. Look at that. There are different color variations for the fixed hipshot bridge. We got the chrome one, the black one, pure gold, black and chrome, and we're now getting close to it. This is probably what I'd go with. Something along those lines of having like a black base plate. Maybe you have the saddles black too, and just golden screws to have it a little bit more subtle. But something along those lines is what I typically go with. Never seen a Shalahanis fixed bridge, but gotta say, oh, there we go. Oh, now it switched the entire thing around. Now we have everything I like on this guitar. Golden screws, black and gold hardware all around. This is definitely what I'd be going with. Awesome. I had no idea it would switch everything out. I just clicked on it. But there you have it. Now, I know this video is completely all over the place. It's pretty random. It's just, as I said in my previous video, I just need to increase the content and just do something different than just plain old cover videos on YouTube, like everyone's been doing for the last 20 years. Wasn't quite 20, I think it's like 18 years. So, this is just one of those videos. If I were to, for whatever reason, ever be sponsored by Mayones Guitars and they will ask me if I could pick any kind of guitar and they will make it for me, something along those lines of this crazy, beautiful, weird-looking motherfucker of a guitar is what I'd choose. Looking at it now, it's probably a little bit too much blue. I should probably change the binding. Actually, I'm going to do that real quick just to see how it looks. Where's the binding at? Where's the binding? There we go. Yeah, I think that works so much better. Just a little bit more subtle. But this is something along the lines of what I would actually choose if I had the chance. Now, if we're talking about custom guitars and I could pick whatever brand I want, whatever model I want, I will definitely, I hope you don't hear my cat scratching on my door like a fucking lunatic. But if you do, I'm sorry. I just don't like having my cats being in the room whenever I record. So, let's hope he shuts up now. Now let's just pretend that any kind of brand that I'd like to work with will contact me and say, hey, what kind of custom guitar would you actually want us to build you? What will that be? What will that look like? Now, I would probably, this is it's a pretty wild combination. If you ever seen like the ESP FRX body shape, it's very, out of this world. It looks very uncomfortable, but it's the most comfortable guitar I've ever owned and played in my entire life. So let's just pretend that I could pick any kind of brand and I could order whatever I want. What kind of custom guitar would I get? Would I have them build me then? And I've been actually thinking about this over the last couple of days, which is why I'm making this weird ass video. But I, for one, am a sucker for the ESP FRX body shape. It's just the most comfortable guitar I have ever owned, ever played in my entire life, despite it looking like the most uncomfortable one. Trust me, it's not. It's the most comfortable fucking thing ever. It sits perfectly on your thigh and lap, and whichever way you like to play it, it just fits. At least for me. But there's something about the headstock that I just don't like all too much. Don't know why. So then I purchased my newest, most expensive guitar, actually. Not talking about the real price tag. If you were to buy it new, in that case the FRX will definitely outbeat that custom guitar. Well, not custom, but signature guitar. I'll get into that when I do my guitar review videos. But all you need to know is that the signature I just bought is such a beautiful headstock. I will actually swap the FRX standard headstock for the, I don't know what it's called. Is it the Majesty headstock? I'll throw a picture up on the screen so you can see what I'm actually talking about. I will swap that out, have the FRX body with the Majesty headstock, and everything else will pretty much be the same as we did right here with the wood selection and whatnot. So that is what I probably have them build me. But regardless, thank you for your time, your engagement, and in case you enjoy my stupid blabbering and you want to see more of it, please consider to subscribe on your way out. There will be a couple of videos on the screen once this video ends, so in case you want to watch something else from me, I'll see you there. And besides that, be good people.